Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So it's a little later than I wanted to post. Sorry, I've been busy. So today's pick a card reading, we're going to be doing what life path are you meant to take? Quick disclaimer, your path is your own, following your choices, your intuition, your judgment. This is just going to be some guidance. If you feel that it really doesn't resonate at all, feel free to pick a different group. But yes, these are going to be just some general messages, guidance, advice from Spirit, and hopefully it'll help to illuminate some part of your path that maybe you weren't aware of, or confirm stuff that you already did. These here, the circular cards, are archetype cards from the Wild Unknown Archetypes guidebook. Here it is. It's actually very beautiful and well written, just in case you guys are interested. It was from that book. And there are 3 cards here that I pre-selected, and I never do that, but I figured I would just kind of give it a try. We're going to be using the regular Rider-Waite, but I wanted to give you guys at least 3 cards from the archetype book. So here we have our 4 choices, and thank you guys for your participation in the questions community post. I'm gonna probably be answering the questions next video because it's been a very, very long day. So here we have the 4 options for you guys for what life path are you meant to take, or what's included in your life path, that kind of a thing. So here we have group number 1, which is going to be the green aura quartz. That's group 1. We have group number 2, which is the selenite heart. Group number 3 is going to be desert rose selenite. And group number 4 is going to be the golden aura quartz. Okay, timestamps are in the description and in the comments as usual. This is a general reading. It might not resonate 100%. If you'd like a personal reading, the info is always in the description box. So whenever you guys are ready, take as much time as you need. Whenever you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose the green aura quartz. Now, I don't know if I'm going to show you the cards now or at the end. The anticipation. Spirit, this reading is for group 1. And the energies for them in what life path are they meant to take? Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 1. Okay, I'm going to do it at the end. Just what I feel. Okay, Spirit, for group 1, please. What are the messages? What life path are they meant to take? Spirit, for group 1. What are some energies for their life path? This is an incredible first card. You have the 10 of Cups. You are meant to walk a path of harmony, peace, love, beauty. That's amazing. As well as, if it resonates, family. Okay, so that's really just such a lovely start. Spirit, what else? For group 1, what life path are they meant to take, please? Oh, what? 6 of Cups, Page of Pentacles. Yes, this won't resonate for everyone, but I do feel that for a lot of you, part of your life path is to either create in some way or create a family, or to be amongst others in love and harmony and the family kind of feeling, maybe even community. But you guys do have several cards that indicate this. So this is just, it's just such a beautiful, innocent energy, very pure and loving. There's a lot of soul connection here as well. The type of innocence and spirituality, psychic energy of children. Okay, so because they're just they're very unbiased. They're very playful and just wanting to absorb life in its true form. So that's the kind of psychic energy that I'm seeing here. And we also do have the page is actually a child in the tarot, but we have the Page of Pentacles. So again, it's not going to resonate for every single person, but this is prosperity, love, connectedness. So if it's not children, it could be connectedness to the divine. So basically you are meant to be a child of the divine. If you currently don't feel that way, the path that they're calling you towards is one of connectedness. So to come back to the path, to remember that you are connected to spirit, that you are a child of the divine. And in fact, I think when I was shuffling for you guys, I did notice the 5 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles is showing 2 people that are stranded in the cold outside of the church. I don't see it now, but the whole point of that card, well, in context with this reading, is that you are not lost, you are not alone. So one huge thing in terms of you guys' life path you're meant to take is to be connected with the creator, with the source, with the divine, as well as what I said initially about children and family. And actually we do have family at the bottom here as well. Family, prosperity, having a foundation. This is huge. I mean, I feel like this is the first thing that you guys often think about, you know, or just sharing your love, sharing your heart with others. Group 1 spirit, what is in their life path? What life path are they meant to take? Okay, so added on to this, and by the way, we have another page here. We also have the Empress card, which is either literally a mother or a parent. But if it's symbolically, this is Earth Mother she represents. So abundance, again, more prosperity. So what I think of power when I see the Empress. So you guys are meant to hold a lot of power, influence, and again, you're meant to create something. So, you know, creation can take countless forms. It could even be like if you're a chef, you know, something, any kind of creation at all, art, writing, I don't know, like I mentioned cooking, it could be like dance and singing, really anything. So it's whatever resonates for you guys. This is the creator. There's also a lot of healing energy coming from you. So you as the Empress and all of your abundance and light, you are sharing that bounty. I love that word for the Empress energy, that bounty with others, that abundance and plenty with others. And when people are around you, at least like, you know, this is again what you're meant, the path that you're meant to take, you're meant to walk. People are right alongside with you. Remember I mentioned community and, you know, overall family, just you being around others. You are that light, you are that glue that holds everyone together, and you are what they flock to, right? So you are meant to be that beacon of light, that glue that holds everything together. That's really nice. Okay. So we have the Knight of Cups as well. We have the Two of Swords. Spirit, what else can you tell us for, let's see, what are these messages, Spirit? I feel that you're actually meant to have a bit of doubt at first in your life path. You're meant to take ample time to grow, develop, and evolve within your spiritual gifts and within your heart. This means that you're meant to learn a lot of painful lessons within the area of the heart in order for you to finally get to the point where you're moving towards healing and ultimately happiness and fulfillment, satisfaction, as well as being able to share this with others. So there's so much in your life path that has to do with sharing light. That is really a wonderful purpose. Okay. What else can you tell us, Spirit, for group 1? What life path are they meant to take, please? Oh my gosh, again, look at the Queen of Pentacles. This is a very paternal or mothering or abundant card. She's holding in her hands a pentacle. So not only are you meant to give light, you're meant to give prosperity, you're meant to give resources, comfort. There's a lot of imagery of comfort here. Heart comfort, practical comfort, you know, safety, stability, and security. Not to mention we have the Knight of Pentacles, which has to do with having that foundation. So you're like the rock for people. Okay, not the Rock like the wrestler. Why did I say that? You are a rock. You are a solid foundation for a lot of people, okay? And that's what I said. They come to you. They lean on you. So I have said this many times before. Just you guys can handle it, and you are equipped to do this as it is in your life path, but just be careful for those of you that have trouble with balancing that out. That can turn into burdens. That can turn into people kind of leaning on you endlessly because they know that this is in your nature. So just put some boundaries down and try to ultimately live your life with balance. Okay, make sure to not give constantly, but it has to be a little bit more of a balance, give and take. Okay, and you're allowed to take time for yourself. You're allowed to take care of you. Okay, so please do not forget that. That is a huge component of your path, your healing, and your success. Okay, Spirit, what else? Oh my God. It's just endless. Look, the Queen of Cups. Okay, it's the same exact thing. So with the Queen of Cups, this is a wonderful psychic and spiritual and creative energy here, though. I love the fact that you guys have a psychic component because this is your empath side coming out. So before it was the abundant, nurturing, comforting side, resourceful side. This is the psychic self. Okay, so this is truly the reservoir of all of the sort of the psychic information, and it can be very overwhelming. I feel the burden. Okay, what can we know about the Queen of Cups? What about this in their life path are they meant to take? What about this? Exactly. You see, I felt it before it came out. The Three of Swords. So you can see how it's literally in the space of the heart. That is where you guys absorb the bulk of your information, your messages, and that can get heavy really quickly. Okay. You can protect yourself easily through visualizations, affirmations, crystals, things like that. But one step before that, you have to have that boundary, that truth that you deserve protection, that you deserve care just as much as anyone else does. If you don't have that foundation, which is ironic because you're the foundation for everyone else, then you will quickly feel the pain. Okay, so take that step back, write it down where you can see it like we did affirmations last time, and keep that in mind. Spirit, where are they going? What life path are they meant to take? Where are they going? Where are they headed for group 1? Okay, that's interesting. Wow. This completely struck me. Justice. Maybe you guys are meant to be advocates of justice, equality, or some kind of, I don't know, like even civil rights. There's something coming through here. It could not necessarily the legal system, but you guys are meant to be those sort of advocates, or even like crusaders, some of you, depending on how far you want to take this. You are meant to speak truth and justice into the world. So this is going to look different. There's different levels to this. You know, some of you may feel like you have a very sort of like a much bigger purpose, meaning that you want to affect a larger amount of people. You know, if you want to sort of dial it down, this can be any amount of people that you want to help. The purpose is the same, but how big or small, it doesn't really matter. It's still the same thing. You're meant to spread equality, justice, truth, and you're meant to help those who are oppressed or in captivity or whatever it is. Like if there's some injustice, you're meant to bring equality to that. You're meant to bring light to that. Remember light before. So this is, wow. So it's sort of like here was the persona. This was the more, I guess, the grounded part of you. And then here, this is what happens when you're starting to lift it and elevate, and you're starting to actualize the visions for yourself in your life path. Okay, so we also have here the 5 of Swords. You're a peacemaker, okay? You are the one that helps to mediate, helps to bring clarity from the clutter, the confusion, the chaos. Just by you speaking your truth, just by you being able to be the clear mind, be the source of clarity for other people so that they can understand each other, which is fitting perfectly with that other part of the life path I mentioned. We have the King of Pentacles. Again, we had the Queen before of Pentacles. So there's just this really important component of creating prosperity and resources and even wealth in some cases, okay? When I say what I mean, I'm talking about, like, you know, the riches, we have here the Page of Cups. So that's another page. That's the 3 young energies in a row. Some of you, I feel, are actually very young and with a big vision. This is going to grow and grow and grow. I mean, obviously that's not 100% of you, but I feel that you perhaps had this vision at a young age. So whatever the case is, but it's still the same thing. It's going to grow and grow consistently over time. So that's exciting. Okay, Spirit, anything else you can tell us for group 1? What life path are they meant to take? So in doing all of this, naturally, it is the role of a healer. This is healing. This is balance. Wait, what else is here? There's definitely something about your communication and your words that are very healing, but not necessarily the way you speak it, but what you're saying, the message. So for some of you, that might translate to being a writer or reaching people on some kind of a platform where you can share your message. So it might not be writer, but there's something important about you delivering a message to people in whatever way that it resonates for you or that you feel called to. We have the 4 of Swords. Let's see what else. Anything else, Spirit, about group 1, where they're going, what life path they're meant to take. Okay. 2 of Wands here. And then we have the Page of Swords. So you have all of the pages here. So I did mention a couple of ideas of why you might have gotten all the pages here. But there's so much youthful energy. I strongly feel that some of you just are very much called to help children, specifically help or have children, be surrounded by them, whatever it is. There's just a lot. There's just a lot of youthful energy here. All right, Spirit, 4 of Swords. And then you have the 4 of Wands. This is really nice because the 4 usually represents stability and balance. And you have the Swords and now the Wands. And in this card, you can see the celebration there, the foundation. I feel like there's also a sense of belonging. I feel like you guys, I feel that you guys will find exactly where you belong. I'm not saying that you feel out of place now, but you're just so satisfied and so happy doing this work from what I can see here. And then with the 2 of Wands, there are no limits. The 2 of Wands, you're looking out into the future, and any outcome that you envision, any goal that you set, you go for it, you're going to get it. Okay, as long as you just consistently keep working towards it. And then, and this is great. This is great confirmation. I'm looking at the bottom of the deck here. You have the 3 of Wands, which is saying you're going to continue to expand. Then you have the 9 and the Ace of Pentacles, which again speaks of wealth or prosperity. Okay, so I think for you guys, I'm going to just do one more drawing from another deck, and then I will show you your archetype cards. Okay, so this is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm just wondering if I have to ask it in a different way. Spirit, is there any other important information that you can tell us for group 1? What life path are they meant to take? What else is in their life path? Okay, so we have the Hermit and the Seven of Wands. That's interesting. So the Hermit is all about the philosophical aspects of things, learning, wisdom, and then probably ultimately teaching that wisdom. So there's a whole component here of self. So I feel that this is very fitting because after all of this work of basically service and fighting for things and fighting for what's right here with the Seven of Wands, I feel that either at any point in your journey, you're going to have to do this at least once, where you are taking your well-deserved solitude away from people, you in spirit, you and your spirit, and you and the divine, all right, to take that time to rest, replenish, to look inward, to travel the inner depths of your soul, to find these meaningful answers. My suggestion for that one is come prepared with meaningful questions. Okay, so you can even try that as a fun little, fun for me. It's a fun little exercise where you can write down like 5 questions for yourself. I mean, I could give you some if you'd like, but you can create your own if you want. So you can say something like, what is most important to you in this life? What makes you feel fulfilled? What are you most passionate about? What do you feel is missing? And fill in the blank for the next one. Yes. Okay, let's get one more. Spirit, any final words for group 1, please, and their life path? Okay, we have 2, actually. No, yeah, 2. Okay, we have here the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. So their final message is, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Again, remember that family and prosperity card, or community and prosperity. We have 8 of Cups and 10 of Wands. All right, so their final message to you, and I will tell you, and you did notice it, I have been, for your entire group, out of breath, okay? So it's like, and I promise I got better at that from when I started. This is a new thing. This was from your group specifically. The 10 of Wands is why. Look at all the burden. You're carrying everything on your back. In this card, she's not exactly on her back, but the wands are the ones we carry. The 10 of Wands. You're going to be moving on from that, okay? Or they're asking you, hey, it's time to move on from that. It's time to drop the wands. It's time to phase out that part of your life where you felt you had to carry all of the wands. So in that same exercise, maybe you can actually do that. What burdens are you carrying for other people, and what burdens are you ready to let go of? Okay? That could also be internal and your own burdens. Yes, of course, but whichever one. Okay. So let's take a look at your archetype cards. At this point, I kind of forgot what was here. Okay, so this is so cute. So you guys have, the first card is the Mountain. I'll be reading these intuitively. I kind of leafed through it, but it's just too much to do on film. So the Mountain. So you're climbing your mountain. You are succeeding on climbing your mountain, and you are the energy, the earthly energy of the mountain, which is very interesting because remember, all of the pentacles that we got, and mountain is earth energy, I'm assuming, right? All right, so other people see you as this. Other people see you as someone that is of a higher perspective, of a higher altitude, so to speak. You are basically on a higher status to a lot of people. This is how they see you. They flock to you. They see you from a distance. They rely on you, and they know that you are immovable. Whew. Okay, that is a lot of pressure too, isn't it? Be careful with having too much pressure from other people's expectations. That can, of course, be a lot, as you guys already know. Okay, so we have that. The next one here, we have the Seed. And it's interesting because after everything, the Seed, that's very close symbolism to what we were talking about, especially with like the Empress, creation, creativity, children, family, all of that stuff, okay? So the Seed. Now, it reminds me of the 7 of Pentacles, where the seeds are being planted. It's also, the seed is the beginning of everything. Wow. So I think it's a couple of things. The seeds of success are already planted, right? I think that the seed of this path has been with you from the very, very beginning. You were destined to do these things. And they also are encouraging you to plant more seeds along the way. So, in other words, begin to manifest what you need in order to succeed. Okay? And it could be anything. It could be inner strength. It could be something on your outer world. But this is a very promising card. So the seed, we don't know what it's going to turn into. Be careful. You know, you want to water your garden, your seeds with love, with positive energy, because this seed could easily turn into something undesirable. Ominous, isn't it? Okay. This also looks like a very old tree. Wise. Now your final card is so cute to me. I don't know if this resonates with you guys, but you have the comic. And that's a cat wearing a party hat with, I think, is that a monocle or something? Not really sure what's going on in this card. There's a lot of color as well. All right, so I'm assuming, you know, that you guys have a really, really good sense of humor, or you love laughter. You like to be around high energy. And part of that nurturing component of yourselves, this might not resonate for all of you, but part of the nurturing component is that people are always laughing or grinning or smiling around you. Maybe you love to make other people laugh. Maybe you do have that wonderful, bright sense of humor, that very colorful sense of humor. I just love this card. Okay, so that's the final one. These are the messages that I have for you, group 1. I really hope that this helped, that it resonated. If it didn't at all, you can always feel free to pick a different group. The messages are there for you somewhere. Okay, so, and if you want a personal reading, info is in the description, as I mentioned in the intro. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do hope that it helped. Remember to, I always forget this, the like thing and the subscribe. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. Thank you again. Sending you blessings, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 2, which is the Selenite Heart. Spirit, this reading is for group 2 and what's in their life path, what life path they're meant to take. Please provide us with clear, guided messages for group 2. Okay. So for the messages here, for the archetype cards, I'm probably going to show you those towards the end. Okay, so let's take a look. I'll just get comfy here. Spirit, for group 2, please. What life path are they meant to take? Whoa, that was fast. So we have the 3 of Cups. You are meant to take a path that has a lot of joy and community or friendship, kind of, I don't want to say socializing, but there's a component of being around others, like a sort of a group thing, maybe being part of the collective and having a joined purpose there. So that's great. Being in high vibration, celebration, just overall having the energy of joy. I mean, who doesn't like celebrations, right? What else, Spirit? For group 2, what life path are they meant to take, please, for group 2? They also said harvest here, and that's the first time I've ever seen that with this card. What harvest? So maybe a lot of growth. We'll see. We have here the 7 of Wands. Let's see what else. Yeah, I feel like you guys are meant to have a lot of bright ideas. You're surrounded by sunlight, all of this, right? Now, if you don't feel like that now, remember, this is what path you're meant to take, okay? So, and look at that, the 10 of Cups. Let me actually, I forgot to show you some of these. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands. I already showed you the 10 of Cups. We also have the 5 of Pentacles here, the Temperance card, and we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Swords, okay? So, from what I can see from you guys, and I really love the fact that the Sun card is here, we also have the Chariot. Bright ideas, excitement, passion, okay? And there's also a lot of unity. I don't know if it's relevant, but the word maybe reconciliation and unity, reunion, might be relevant for you guys. Coming together. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so the life path you're meant to take involves a lot of that. Coming together, especially with others. If you happen to be an introvert and you spend a lot of time in solitude and you're thinking, that doesn't fit me at all, this might actually fit you the most, because it is oftentimes the thing that we're most afraid of that we most need. Okay, so I would recommend to you, if this happens to be something that, let's say, you're afraid of or you're just hesitant towards, try it out, okay? You don't want to, of course, push yourself too hard, but just try, little by little, just try it out and see if it starts to open up your aura to accepting more and to giving more in that way. So a lot of passion here, like I said, you have 3 wands cards, okay? You have a ton of passion and creativity. This is going to look different for everyone. It might be creativity, it might be charisma, it might be just like this beaming kind of confidence that comes from the solar plexus. It's like just power, okay? So that fiery approach to life, as well as having the enthusiasm to move forward and kind of strive for things. Now, I'll get more on that. I do feel that you guys, a lot of you may need to be around others often, because otherwise you might feel isolated or detached, disconnected. So this year must have been really hard for a lot of you, just kind of cooped up and, you know, having to constantly be alone or not being able to engage with others must have been very, very difficult. We have here the King of Swords. You guys really value honesty. You are one to walk a path of truth and honesty. We'll get more, okay? Let's see. But again, yes, high vibration, lots of joy here, Spirit. What's in their life path? What are they meant to take? What life path are they meant to take? What are they meant to do? You're meant to be free, okay? So if you guys were wondering, like, if this was a reading to say something about for example, a career path, this is life path. This is showing everything that could be included within it. And one of the things that you guys are meant to have in your life path is freedom. Look at that. You're not meant to be tied down. If you are currently in a situation where you're tied down, everything is like, or I could use a job example, and it's just, and it feels like you're trapped. Ugh, I'm cringing. See, you're meant to be free. You're meant to have excitement and movement and energy. You can still have, of course, a whatever job, you know, it doesn't mean you have to like up and quit your job. However, if you're in a situation or whatever it is that is stifling you or making you feel restricted to the point where it's uncomfortable, and if this persists, it will ultimately become quite unpleasant and even unbearable to some of you. Just know that this is why, because your spirit needs to be free. Your spirit needs excitement and that fresh air and that even for some of you, like to take some risks and adventures. So if you even do something as simple as take a vacation, or take a trip or something like that, or locally go to someplace new, have a new experience, this is something that can help to uplift your spirit. Remember, you had this card as your first card. You need that. Your soul needs this in order to feel complete, in order to feel alive. Wow. And then we have the Six of Wands as well. Look, see, this is really shaping up. I love this because the Six of Wands is a card of not only victory and success, but of also being in the public eye. So that kind of depends. Those are definitely more for the extrovert people in this group. Even the introverts, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but public speaking or being in the spotlight can be very scary. It can be intimidating, it can be anxiety provoking, but I do see that this is where you guys tend to thrive. No matter how shy or anxious you are, when you are able to live that part of yourself, you thrive. So that must mean that you have an influence, you have, I don't know if it's like exactly you have a specific message to deliver, but people just like to see you. They like to interact with you. They like to watch you. Not in a creepy way, hopefully, but like they like to hear you out, they like to hear your ideas, a lot of ideas, like I said. Spirit, what else is in their life path? Okay, so we also have the Strength card, which is a card of a lot of, again, fire. It could be compassion too. So your biggest strength is within your compassion and your ability to remain fair and firm in things, and having that really sound moral compass, the intuition, the moral compass. And here with the Magician, you have a lot of power. You are a manifester. You are a leader. That's really coming through here. Wow. I wonder okay, so what are you meant to do with the leadership is my question. Spirit, what are they meant to do with this leadership, please? The Magician, the Six of Wands, what else? All right. We have here the Two of Cups. Not to sound extremely cliche, but this has to do with love. So bringing, again, bringing people together. It came up again. So creating harmony. Okay, wait, I need to know more than this, though. We also have the Page of Wands and the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is, you're moving fast with the enthusiasm of a child, of like you have a young soul or something like that, where you just have boundless energy, at least for this particular thing that you're passionate about, which will look different for each of you. And I'm curious what your passions are. Spirit, what else are they actually meant to do, though, in this particular life path? Any clues, anything, any big themes here for group 2, please? Ooh, you have the Ace of Pentacles. All right, so you have the Moon card. A lot of you don't know yet. That's interesting. Now, here's the thing with the Moon card. The answer for each individual is whatever the Ace of Wands means to you personally. Okay, so if you don't know quite what your passion is yet, now is the time to begin to explore and then to discover what that might be. So did I already give you some ideas? I can't even remember. I get lost in the readings. So yeah, anything creative such as the art, the anything artistic, anything with writing, anything with creation of any kind. What else? Spirituality could be one of them for some of you, right? Having spiritual practices or even teaching, right? So try to think on what that could be, because like I said, it is going to be different. But with these two cards, I see here with the Queen and the Ace of Pentacles, look at this. A lot of you guys are meant to create your own, either, I don't know, like programs, businesses. I don't know about inventions for a lot of you, but there's just something here that you're innovative about. You're meant to create this. You're meant to produce this. Maybe when I said produce, I kind of like, I don't know, maybe some of you are creating your own fashion lines or your own like cookbooks, children's books. There's so many things because you guys are, it's like 0 to 100. There's so many options here in just that card. But whatever it is, you're meant to create it. You are the one that's meant to lead your own life. Now, if you can't be your own boss, if you don't feel like you're meant to start your own thing, that's okay too. But as long as you have some kind of feeling of power and leadership over your life, in terms of your career, that would be great. But in your personal life, you know, you have visions, you have all of these ambitions. Make sure that you give yourself the courtesy of developing them. You know, you don't want to say like, oh, I don't have time. I shouldn't spend time on this. You know, it's just a stupid idea. Don't do that, okay? Because that's not your way. That's not in your path. You gotta go for it. You have to allow yourself, grant yourself that kindness. Okay, Spirit, any other clues as to what this could be, what they're meant to? Actually, let's get a different, hold on. Okay, Spirit, any other clues here for group 2 as to what their life, what they're meant to do on their life path, what path they're meant to take? Whoa, some of the... Interesting. Yeah, you're definitely meant to be the one that calls the shots for your own path. Again, with the Hermit card, even though the Hermit card is actually solitary, it's just telling me you're meant to do something solo. And we have the Fool again. In whatever shape or form, you're meant to have these new adventures. So you can see what I mean. Everything keeps changing for you guys. It keeps shifting. That in itself is part of the life path, that newness, and you are the ones that are going to create what that path looks like. So you guys have that very unique ability to create your own destinies or to create whatever adventures you wish. That's super duper exciting. So the Chariot, same deal goes here. You have incredible willpower and determination. All that's really missing is, for some of you, let's say, a concrete thing to follow, right? So like if you have a clear goal in mind, that's even better. And if you don't yet, just that's exactly what I meant by beginning to explore what this could be. So we have here the Page of Wands, more exploration, more passion. We have the Six of Cups here, something that perhaps you were dreaming of in childhood. Again, that could be a million things. Six of Cups, please. You had a dream. So as you can see, that's why it's difficult to pinpoint this, because each of you have that strongly held dream that is going to sound different. Okay, the Ace of Wands. What? Oh my goodness. And then you have the Six of Swords. You carried this with you from past lifetimes, from what I can gather here. Okay, and this is going to sound like it's like a weird double negative. You were never not meant to achieve this dream. So in other words, it followed you. Oh my gosh, it followed you. Okay, I'm dying to know what it is. Only you guys will know. Please let me know in the comments. Spirit, anything else that we need to know for group 2? What life path are they meant to take? What is involved with it? What do we need to know about it? Again, we have the Strength card, maybe heavy Leo energy, or just that confidence. You guys have that about you, that beaming confidence. A lot of you have this bright grin, this bright smile that other people find contagious, or laughter. We have the Empress. We also have the Death card. We have the Hanged Man. Okay, that's a lot of Major Arcana cards. And the Star, another one, geez. The Magician. That was a lot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was your 6th one. So whatever it is, it's a big purpose. You're meant to really shine in your power, in your light. The only thing that's consistent with this is that you are meant to lead in some way and bring people together. Group 1 had kind of similar messages, very different energy though. But I do feel that you guys would be strong leaders. In fact, they did get the Empress card for a lot of the messages. So yes, to create this abundance, but with the Star card, follow that dream, follow that ambition. Everyone's vision is just so, oh my gosh, it's just so celestial. Maybe you guys are star seeds or something like that, but you have that really big mission that you want to follow. It is something that is meant to impact the well-being and the union of the collective, which is exactly the message that we started off with, but on a smaller scale. And like I said again, the Magician. So let me pull one more and then we will get your archetype cards. Final message for group 2, please. Whoa. Okay. So their final advisory for you, their final message. We have the Sun. Look at that. Wonderful. We have the Sun card, but then we have the 5 of Cups. Be careful. So I feel like, I think that's how the readings are kind of like ending now. They're showing this little, kind of like a glimpse here. The message here for the 5 of Cups and the Sun. Be careful with what you're paying attention to in regards to what you have and what you don't have. Remember with the 5 of Cups, it's a card of loss. It's a card of grief or regret, stuff like that. Make sure you stay in the positive instead of in the deficit here, because remember, you can't pay attention to the cups that have fallen. You must turn around and see the cups that you still have. Okay? This alternatively is speaking of what needs to be released, okay, in order to achieve your brightness and your happiness. Whatever the case is, if you guys often struggle with the sadness, with the regret, the grief, whatever it is, this is not the path you're meant to take, as you can plainly see here. So just be careful, because you also have the 5 of Pentacles as well. This may be the tendency to struggle with these particular energies, and that's okay, you know, because you are meant to learn the lessons from them. But just remember, this is not the real you. I think we've shown you that it's like, whew, overwhelming brightness, overwhelming charisma, and light and love, okay? So just remember who you really are. Now, we have your archetype cards. Speaking of, this is funny because I actually forgot what was on this. Speaking of brightness, we have the Flame. How funny is that? You guys are too much. So the Flame, that's you. People flock to you. They see you. They have hope within you. You give them hope. They are warmed by you. They are impassioned by you. And you are a big influence in regard to an inspiration, okay? So they see your flame and they're like, wow, I'm inspired, you know? So that's so exciting and such a beautiful purpose. We also have, okay, this is cool. We also have the Forest and we have the Mentor. I really like that one a lot. So with the Forest here, you want to continue to explore your inner depths. There is a lot that you have not explored, group 2. Some of you have started the journey, but when I tell you there's a lot, this just means that there's a lot to you. There's a lot within you. So I can see the dots connecting in a sense that, let's say that you have spent a lot of time in groups with other people. Maybe there hasn't been quite enough time for the hermit work. And they're saying that there's a lot of depths within your soul and mind that you're going to enjoy exploring. You know, just start that journey and you're going to be surprised, but it's going to help the whole way through. It's really going to help to develop this path and those visions. It's only going to expand your visions. And then the final card we have is Mentor, and then we have that lovely owl there with the broad wingspan. You can see it symbolically overarching and reaching everyone, just encompassing everyone as if you're hugging the collective. You're hugging the stars here. The Mentor, you're meant to teach your wisdom after you've, you know, sufficiently explored and have developed those sort of teachings. And even if you haven't, it doesn't really, you know, it's still either the same thing here. So the Mentor, you're meant to lead people. You're meant to show them the way. Okay. Now, I think I want to add here, make sure that I saw in the book, it was just a little piece at the end. They said something like that human beings tend to seek a mentor after their initial experiences with their, I guess, like their family or something like that. They said that we tend to seek out a mentor. And that occurred to me. I'm like, you know, that's a good point. If you guys feel like you do not have a mentor in your life to give you some kind of guidance, it might be a nice time for that. I don't know where you can possibly find it, but try to think of someone, anyone, or if you can't think of anyone you know personally, see if you can maybe seek out classes or something similar, maybe even a book. Like that's the easiest way you can do it. Just get a book where the author is the expert in the field and they are the mentor, they are teaching you something. Okay, so I really like that final message there. Okay, wow, what a reading, group 2. Lots of excitement, lots of passion, so much fire. Okay, so if that did not resonate at all, feel free to pick a different group, but group 2, those are the messages I have for you, and I really hope it helped. If it did, feel free to like and subscribe. And it's a general reading. Again, if you want a personal reading, info's in the description in every video. Thank you so much. Okay, sending you blessings, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 3, which is the Desert Rose Selenite. Okay, Spirit, this is for group 3, please. And what life path they're meant to take and what is involved with it. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 3. And for these, I will show you these at the end. For each group, I forgot what's even on them, so we'll see if they hopefully resonate at the end. Spirit, for group 3, what life path are they meant to take? Please and thank you for group 3 and what is involved with it. For group 3, what life path are they meant to take and what is involved? Whoa, okay. All right, group 3. So let's just see what we have so far. There is a lot of playful ambition to you guys. I feel that a lot of your journey so far has actually first been learning from other people, right? Having a lot of experiences and wisdom from just these experiences, dealing with other people, such as conflict or friends, or let's say the battles that you've had to fight, right? That's a big part of it. I think that you guys have a lot of, I feel like you have a lot of youthful energy to you with the pages here, the swords and the wands. There's a sense of adventure about you, and you want to continually grow and expand and move forward. Maybe a lot of you do want prosperity in your lives, like as a primary focus, okay? Or maybe just something in terms of stability could be another thing. Spirit, what else for group 3? What life path are they meant to take, please? I feel like you're meant to have a lot of financial prosperity, actually. I went like this, like with the money. So here we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Moon, the Magician, and the King of Wands. Okay, now, part of your life path, an important message that's coming through here is, again, the concept of learning from the mistakes, right? In order for you to truly gain that wisdom. Now, this is going to be relevant if you guys felt that you're sort of on a loop, right? If you feel like you have been repeating some patterns, repeating some cycles, that's part of your path. I hate to say that because it sounds kind of like that sucks, but that's part of it, okay? Now, The question is whether or not you feel that you have integrated all of the lessons. If you have found that you're repeating some of these cycles and it feels exhausting, this may just simply mean that you have not quite learned that specific lesson and have not yet integrated it into your path. Okay, so try not to lose patience with that. Try not to lose hope with that, because I feel like that is a part of what's going on here. And eventually you will get to that point. You're rising above here. You're growing and evolving. So you must have patience. I know that you hate me saying that to you, but that's what I see. There's some things here beneath the surface that need to be revealed. A lot of you may not have necessarily even thought about your life path or your purpose or the sort of the more meaningful and fulfilling things in life in regards to those questions, but now is the time to do that. We see here the Magician and the King of Wands. These are both cards of leadership and direction, right? Positive manifestations, power, all this stuff. So what Spirit is telling you whenever you happen to be watching this is that this is the perfect time to elevate. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at where you can go, like what direction. Spirit, where can they head towards? What life path are they meant to take? What are they meant to do? What is involved here? Okay. There's a dream you may have felt that you lost, or there's a dream that you may have felt, or depending, currently feel, you may feel is unattainable. Again, don't lose hope. Where did I just say that? I forget where I said that. But don't lose hope. Don't lose faith, because that dream is coming towards you. Now, there's some things that are clarifying. Some things are clearing up within your energy field because we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, answers are coming. I know that, so you guys may not have expected a reading like this. I certainly didn't. But this is not a surprise to me. So sometimes Spirit shows me the whole thing, not just the answer. They show me the whole way to get there. So things are clarifying. You have to allow yourselves to be divinely guided here. Some of you have not quite been working with your guides, your angels, your intuition. You've been kind of like freeballing it, you know, but you have to come back to center. They're asking you to pay attention to the signs. They're asking you to be guided. So be careful, okay? So it's, you know, all of the groups had guidance and advice, so don't worry. All right, now, where are they meant to go, Spirit? What life path are they meant to take? It's always important to ask yourself the meaningful questions of the introspective Hermit card, okay? And one thing I recommend quite often is journal writing, because it's just so simple. For you guys, maybe you might even enjoy like a guided journal where it has the questions in it, or like self-help books or something like that. We have here the Queen of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. So, as I mentioned before, prosperity is a big part of you guys' path, although we do see that there's some trouble with that kind of being blocked up here. And I can tell you one reason why. So, one reason might be that you're overly focusing on the result. So for example, if you just say, okay, well, 1 year, 5 year, 10 years from now, I want this amount of money. If you focus on the money as the goal, you might accidentally be blocking that prosperity from coming through. However, if you focus on more of the present and the path itself, the passion itself, or the project itself, whatever it is, the job itself, that actually is going to attract more abundance and prosperity. That's kind of how energy tends to work. It's very like ironic and counterintuitive. Okay, Spirit, what path are they meant to take? Let's get some answers here. After this, I'm going to get a different deck because I want to get a fresh energy. All right, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. That's what I figured. It didn't give us an answer. It just kind of told us that things are going to pop open. Okay. Let me get for you the Radiant. Yes. The Radiant. I like this for you guys. This is very artsy, very colorful. All right. Okay, so Spirit, let's say beyond this point, what path, what life path for group 3 are they meant to take? What is some advice, guidance we are seeking? Good. Okay, so we have one here. Good. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands. So Lots of potential here. There's lots of possibility opening up for you. And that is there's a lot of different paths to take, which is good because you get to choose. You're not stuck to one thing. We have the Temperance card, the Cups. Okay, so similar to group 1, you guys have a very healing nature. I think before I said something about having that childlike vibe to you, and that is perfect for this because children's auras tend to be incredibly healing. Similarly, animals. So maybe you guys are drawn to children or animals or something in nature, such as, I don't know, maybe gardening or flowers, colors, artistic stuff, any of these things. That's what I feel is going to be a part of what you guys are meant to do. Okay, that's just a part of it. Remember, you're not going to be limited here. There's a lot of different things that you can do. And, well, I would say it kind of only narrows down to what are you going to be happy doing? And that will change. You know, what's going to excite you? What fulfills you? You don't have to be limited in that answer either. So we have the Death card here. This is interesting. That's what it looks like. So as you can see, the sun here is coming up along the horizon. Within your rebirths, you guys just have this inner yearning. You want to get it right. You want to be able to land on that answer. It's like this, I sense the frustration coming from you guys. I'm getting frustrated. I feel it. So it's just like, why can't I? You know, it's that feeling. Stop letting that get in the way is what they're saying. Just center yourself, be present, take a breath, and accept that this has been part of the journey, and it's okay. Be patient. I know, you hate me for that. Spirit, what else are they meant to do here? What life path are they meant to take? What else is involved? Okay, so again, we have the Lovers here at the bottom, which is, it's just very beautiful. I think that you guys, in your particular energies, I do feel that having a counterpart will be important, or rather, has also been an important part of your life path. Having a counterpart, a soulmate, a support system, that kind of a thing. I do feel that for many of you, it's the romantic love type, but it could be friendship, you know, something else like that. Okay. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Okay. So remember, we had the Queen, the 10, and I was talking about the wealth aspect. So for those of you that are very innovative, very creative, part of your path is, I do feel like you are meant to create your own thing. There's something having to do with creation, design, or I'm not really, this sounds very similar to one of the other groups. That's why I just kind of got lost in my thoughts there. Let me grab one more shuffle for that. Just give me one moment here. And then we also have the 7 of Swords. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords, the 7 of Wands. The number 7 might be significant in your life path. I think that's like a thing, a life path number. I don't know much about that. And then we have here the Hermit. Okay, so you're still developing your ideas. Okay, so let me get one more because it's right at the tip of the tongue. Spirit, what about the 9 of Pentacles are they meant to do? 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so you know what's funny? It's like you guys are actually kind of like a mixture of group 1 and 2. That's why I got lost in my own messages there, because some similar stuff is coming out. You guys are kind of like the playful extroverts, but you're also the influencers and the healers. It's very interesting. So you're a little bit of everything. Very dynamic, very changing in your, it's like there's waves. You're like an ocean and there's different waves, and each wave is going to be of a different height. Very exciting energy. Oh my gosh, some of you are going to be entertainers or actors or singers or something like that. I love that. That's so much fun. Some others of you, it could be anything at all that has to do with those kinds of celebrations. Like some of you might be like, it's very unique for each of you, right? But some ideas that come to mind, like you have photographers or party planners, or like it's a little bit random. Now, of course, whatever you are called to, whatever resonates for you, you are the one that's going to create your unique place in the world. It's going to look different for each of you, like I said. But that's the fun part. You're not limited. And I love that, you see? And you may have the tendency to feel restless very easily. And that's okay too. But my only recommendation for that is to do your best to reach completion before you kind of hop around, only because I am the same way. I have a problem where I don't finish things. Like I have 20 books, haven't finished a single one unless it's really, really good, and that's rare for me, just as an example. So try to have completion. Try to be a little bit more grounded in your approaches, and you're going to feel more satisfied. You're going to feel more fulfilled, because it's a sense of completion. So we have the Queen of Cups and the Empress and the Magician. Again, a nice mix of the first two groups. This is so interesting. Okay, so you have a psychic, spiritual, empathic side to you, as well as the abundant, nurturing, and even like motherly or paternal side to you, and the leadership and fierce focus side to you. So whatever it is that you're choosing to do, right? Whatever's calling to your spirit, it's going to involve any facet of that. So I am excited to know what this could be. So many different possibilities here. Like a smaller number of you are meant to do something that involves a very big reach. So if you're meant to do something with online stuff, I don't know, like social media stuff, that could be something, a website, a blog. I did mention for others of you being in the public eye. That's interesting. Spirit, do we have any other message? Do we have any other messages for group 3, and what life path they're meant to take and what is involved here? Please create. If you guys are interested in any kind of design or creation, please do that, because you're really good at it and you're meant to create a line of something. That's not for 100% of you, but I am seeing that for many of you. I don't know what they mean by that, but that, you know, whatever it is, go for it. Okay. Any final things? Any final messages? Yes, so you are meant to basically kind of like grow and change and evolve with the wind. Your dreams will evolve over time. The only thing that is holding you back is your own fear and self-doubt. So be aware, if this is the case, you are the only thing that will hold you back, not your environment, although that is tempting to kind of attribute it to the environment, but it's not that. The energy comes from within first, then it expands or it extends into your 3D world. I love this air energy here. The star card is the Aquarius card. There's also air energy here of the 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is going to sound kind of weird, but honestly at this point nothing is weird in tarot readings. Listen to the wind. Go out into nature where there's a lot of winds and breezes. I've never told a group this before. It's as if you're listening to the trees. Spirit wants to give you these messages, and you can present that opening for that, okay? So like if you go to a park or someplace with a high altitude on a nice day or whatever day that you choose, listen to what they're saying. So this actually means you have to be in a state of receptivity. So this means that you have to be extremely calm and centered and just let go, kind of meditate and just enjoy the day. Messages will come to you. Maybe not at the very, very first one if you're expecting it, but it will come to you. Okay, and then here, remember, you know, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself, and if you have a tendency for negative thoughts. But look what happens when you release yourself from negative thinking. You have prosperity, which we did see before that card, okay? So, you guys, in your archetype cards, oh my gosh, look at that. You got the healer. That's so lovely. Okay, so the healer, so that's one aspect of yourself. You could be very naturally skilled at this, or you can even turn this into a profession if you so choose, if you are called to that. Now we have the vision. That's very exciting. The vision. This is going to turn into anything and everything. You get to choose. You get to develop different visions for yourself. Now let's say maybe you can't even think of one. This probably is because you haven't given yourself the opportunity, okay? Open up the chains, get out of the swords, okay? Walk away from the swords, take off the blindfold, and just feel. Feel with your soul, feel with your heart, and these visions will come to you, and they'll look like many, many different things. You may want to call on your ancestors and guides because you need wisdom here is what they're saying in order to see the vision. So you may want to pray and meditate more often, like a lot more often, they're saying. And then finally, we have the ring. So it's like this sort of perpetual journey, this coming full circle kind of a journey. There's also a love component to the ring too that I did read in the book, but it's not as strong as, you know, like if it was actually like the Lover's card, but there is a component to that as well. But there is something coming full circle here. It's like the end meets the beginning meets the end. It's an interesting concept here. So the middle of the eye too, if you see, it looks like a star there. So again, I just feel like there is this vision. Yeah, see the vision. There is this vision that you've had for so long, and it is very, there's a lot of color on your cards, a lot of artistic sort of imagery. And this vision has been with you from the start. You're meant to come full circle, okay? So maybe let that be one of your affirmations, come full circle, whatever that might mean to you. Wow, so this was a very fun and creative reading. And again, if it didn't resonate at all, feel free to pick a different group. And if it did, definitely let me know in the comments. You guys are mysterious in a way, but in a very fun way. So I'd love to know what some of your visions are. If you feel free to share that, because you might want to keep that to yourself. That's fine. But thank you guys so much for reaching out. If this is a general reading, if you want the personal reading at any point, the link is always in every description in every video, I meant to say. So yes, make sure to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. Send you love and light and blessings, and I will hopefully see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey everyone, this is the reading for those of you that chose group number 4, which is the Golden Aura Quartz. And I will reveal these at the end of the reading. Spirit, this reading is for group 4 and whatever life path they're meant to take and what's involved with that. Please provide us with clear guided messages for group 4. All right, so we have the Death card at the bottom. We'll see. Spirit, for group 4, please. What life path are they meant to take? For group 4, Ace of Pentacles is our first card. That's actually a very, very fortunate sign. Let's get more detail, though. Spirit, what else for group 4? What life path are they meant to take, please? Whatever it is, I mean, it is going to involve a lot of prosperity here. 2 of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. Okay, there's a lot going on here, as you can see. Group 4. So kind of similar to group 3. The other 2 groups, not so much, but group 3 kind of had where we were looking more at the journey first and then the result of it. So let's see if that's true for you guys. So again, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups. And we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 5 of Wands, the 3 and the 4 of Swords. Interesting. The Death card and the Emperor card. And the 4. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not going to do this every single group 4. I just think it's funny. The 4 of Wands. I'm only laughing because sometimes this means twin flame. I don't know if that's what it means here. It probably doesn't, but it's just funny to me. It's like an inside joke at this point. We have Knight of Wands at the bottom here. Okay, so let me put all of this together here. Okay, so group 4. We have some things to work through. It's saying with the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. Now, you guys strike me as you've already been down this road many, many times. You've had multiple rebirths. You've done this before. It's kind of like a tired game at this point. There's just a lot that you're not wanting to repeat anymore. So maybe, hopefully, here and now, you're ready. You take the whole rest of the way through to your success. But let's take a look at what we need to kind of clear, okay? There are some stagnant things. There's some stagnant energy still, and that's okay, you know, that's everyone. But let's see what it's about. So we have conflict here within the heart space. Yes, it could be relevant that it was caused by another person. Here we have the 2 of Cups. For many of you, it was caused by a divine counterpart, or for others of you, it was just someone that you cared for. This could have been earlier on in life. This is just showing the blockage to that life path, right? So we're going to get that next. You guys have a ton of power, okay? So much power within your aura. You've done this before, like I said. You are true warriors. You are just so strong. You're so firm. And nothing can push you over. It's just unbelievable, the amount of strength and resilience that you guys have. You're the emperor, you know, you're the emperor. You have that focus, that sternness. You have the shield, the armor. It's everything. You have that. You have the leadership as well. Okay. You have the 4 of Swords. Something is dormant within you guys. And that's exactly what's meant to awaken here and now, or soon-ish. Okay. Spirit, what else? What life path are they meant to take? Group 4. What life path are they meant to take? Group 4, please. You have some tricks up your sleeve. Here we have the Hanged Man. It is not what it seems. You are very meek and kind of innocent looking to a lot of people, where they are not going to expect what's coming to them. You know, like that's actually kind of funny. So it's just that you're very unexpected, and you may lead your life kind of quietly. But what's coming is like a poof, right? So just this loudness, this explosion. And what Spirit is trying to help you with here in this particular reading is how to free that potential. So that tells me that you guys, part of your life path, kind of similar to one of the other groups, I think it was the group 3, you guys were meant to go through these blockages. That's a very difficult thing to hear, but it's about alignment. There's something in your life. Whew, I see it here. Whoa, that's an intense image that I haven't gotten before. I see it looks like the inside of a clock. There are countless gears all turning in sequence, like the Wheel of Fortune. And what they just said was that this was all about divine timing. Oh my goodness. So no matter how old you are, no matter how long it took you to get here, that's why things had to shift into place, okay? This kind of reminds me of when I get like these headaches, and it tells me that my third eye is ready to expand and to increase in its ability. Now, let's say that happened early. I would have a migraine all the time. So you see, pacing and alignment and patience is very important in the journey for that reason. We cannot force the fruit to ripen faster than it's meant to. That's part of why you had to go through this all over again and again and again. Just letting you know that. So we have here the blockages about to kind of shake loose. I see that they're about to pop out. Okay, they're about to pop open. Now, I was planning to post a short guided meditation to release blockages, and I'm kind of behind on my videos. I have to really get in there and get focused on those videos, but it may help. But you guys can do visualizations specifically to help yourself break out of the blockage because you're ready, because it's here. You don't have to wait this time. So visualize yourself, because visualizations are mind magic. Visualize yourself becoming unstuck, bursting through the bubble or the whatever, the force field. That's the visualization I used anyway. And regaining your power and your force. Okay? And you can always use affirmations as well. Those always work pretty well. Visualizations are my favorite though. You're just imagining what you want to happen, basically. Okay? We also have here the 3 of Pentacles. Okay? So you want an attitude, just in general, of cooperation, either with your angels and guides or with people around you. If you happen to work with other people around you, make sure there's harmony there. Make sure that, you know, everyone's kind of working together. But in general, you do want to work consistently, daily, hourly, if you can, with your guides, with your angels, because they're gonna really steer the boat for you, and it's gonna help you. You don't have to do everything. Okay, Spirit, can we get a little more detailed here? What life path are they meant to take? What life path are they meant to walk? Spirit, for group 4, what are they meant to do and what's involved here? All right, you're meant to give. You are meant to give to others. That's a huge and powerful first message for you guys. There's other stuff involved, but that is one of them. Okay, you're meant to help to give to those less fortunate. You're meant to kind of like on a grand scale here with the 6 of Cups and the Judgment. This is on a very big scale, okay? Yes, it could be on a smaller scale, of course. You know, it kind of just depends on what you're called to do. But there's a huge element of giving back, sharing, spreading light, enlightenment, knowledge, healing. So that is going to look different for everyone. Some other groups did get messages for healing, and you guys have a little bit of that as well. But there's something here where it's just something more direct. Let me get a little bit more information. Okay, what else for group 4? What life path are they meant to take? Okay, so was that the phrase that I just used? Giving to others that are giving to others, something about less fortunate. I forget what I just said, but it came up again here. So this could actually, the direct, for a lot of you, not 100% of you, but the direct message is helping those in need, helping those who are impoverished, in poverty. What else? It could even literally be homelessness or hungry, something like that. That's a big part of it. Okay. Now, again, it depends on what resonates for you. So this could be literal, it could be figurative, but giving and giving back, big, okay? It could be volunteer work, it could be charity work. It could even be, if it is on a smaller scale, it could even just be helping out your neighbor, helping out your friend, helping out your family. Whatever resonates, like I said. Ace of Swords here. I think that this has been very clear to you for a long time that this was part of your journey. Okay, you also have the High Priestess here. So if you're not able to give resources for whatever reason, you're going to give your... There's something about you that has a lot of bounty to it. Riches, psychic ability. It could be knowledge. It could be some kind of really noticeable, impactful help. I'm going to probably guess that it has something to do with your influence as a person, the help that you gave this person. You're a humanitarian at heart, from what I can see here. You're a hard worker. You're very focused when you're passionate about something. Notice how I added that. Okay, what else? Okay, so I just feel that you are one to fight for things, to fight for this type of a cause in terms of the charity work or the humanitarian work. Let me get another, here, let me grab this deck. This is the, what was it, the Magical Nordic. Okay, Spirit 4. And we have 5 of Pentacles again at the bottom. It's interesting, right? And over here it says emotional withdrawal, but here it's this card right here. So speaking of that emotional component, for others of you it's not resonating like in that particular way. Maybe you guys are meant to be the emotional sort of figures to give back in the emotional sense. So maybe a lot of you are meant to do something with mental health. That would be very fitting. So kind of like in I think it was in group 1, I forget what it was. I used the word advocates. So for you guys, it's kind of a similar thing, where you are figures of the mental health sort of collective goal, right? So lessening the stigma could be one thing. That's a simple but very impactful goal. If you can even help one person or lessen the stigma or the, you know, make one person feel more accepted, that's very beautiful, very noble. And that could be helping one person, or if you want to help just everyone, okay? So it just depends on what you feel intuitively called towards. Spirit for group 4. What's in their life path? Okay, so we did see the Wheel of Fortune before, not in a card, but I did see the image of it. Fate, okay? So here we have this beautiful tree of life imagery. Here's the little pond. Here we have the butterflies, transformation, beauty. Yes, you're meant to help to bring transformation into the world. Some of you might take that to a sort of like, I suppose, an environmental approach. Maybe some of you are advocates for that, like for change, for environmental change, something like that. More sustainable approaches. These are very, you know, broad, they're very big topics, very big purposes. And where was it? Let me see. You have here the Empress, you have Justice, you have the Emperor, the Chariot, and the other one was the Wheel of Fortune. That's 5 major arcana cards in a row. So you guys really, you know, you go big. There's no point for you guys to have the little, and that's okay if you're not going huge. You don't have to do that. But I feel like you guys are happiest when you're really thinking big. So looking at the huge, bigger picture. And it's actually probably difficult for you to narrow it down to a smaller scale. I feel like that makes you kind of antsy to do that. Okay, so with Empress, we have Nurture. So I think did I mention before? I can't remember. I think it was with a different group that it had to do with something with animals or children. Now, this could be relevant, but I feel like the nurturing energy is what they're calling out here. Okay. Justice, we have balance. Okay, so we did mention kind of like, I guess, social justice could be what they're speaking of there, as well as balance in general. We have the Emperor, it says maturity. We had the Emperor here from the get-go, okay? So that's confirming the wisdom that you have, as well as the strength, the Chariot, movement. So, that's funny, movement. I kind of take that literally. Hey, maybe some of you are meant to start a movement. I would love to participate in that. Okay, so let's see. Spirit, any other clarification, though? Can we have a little bit more detail? I feel that a big component, and again, this is similar to one of the other groups because they had a thing about community, but you guys, you have the 3 of Pentacles here, and here it is. I think you are meant to work with a group of people, the collective, like really have a shared vision with one another, and that's lovely. So it reminds me of a community center. It reminds me of like a program, a nonprofit organization, something like that. 10 of Swords. Now their word is completion. So it's kind of like saying, let's complete the cycle of pain. This doesn't need to be. Let's complete the cycle of suffering. It doesn't need to be there anymore. Okay. This is intense. Okay. Spirit, is there anything else that you can clarify about these beginning cards? We have Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and a 4 of Wands. You guys are confirmed. You have the 6 of Pentacles again, and the word is gifts at the bottom, okay? So You're meant, so it feels like you're granting those gifts. You are also gifted. There's a lot of your talents that you're going to be using here to give back. And what's funny is that you have the word, this is the only card within, this is a unique card, charity. On the bottom it says generosity. As you can see, it's number 22. This is sort of like an extra card in the deck. That's unique. Wow. And you have the Fool, new beginnings. Similar to what I said before with movements. So you're going to create a new beginning, you know, if that's what you want. Some of you are not interested. That's okay. But for those of you that want to create, it's kind of like rewriting the story. Super intense. Rewriting the story of the collective, how, like, the direction that we're going, just, I guess, society and the whole thing. Like, I mean, the whole story. I don't really have words for that. Anything else for the cards down here, Spirit? Okay. Now our final cards, besides these, we have Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Nine of Pentacles. So you guys are very grateful as human beings, and that's probably why you want to give back so much, because you recognize that you are blessed. Even if, let's say, how can I word this? You know, no matter what you have or don't have, you feel blessed. You know you are blessed and you want to give back, okay? Your prosperity is going to grow, by the way, just in case that's a concern. Your prosperity is meant to grow. Clear yourself of some of these blockages, you know. Try some guided meditations. I'll post them eventually. I really want to, but it's just very, I don't have a lot of time with the personal readings that I have to do. So we have here the Ace of Swords, we have the Queen of Swords, clarity and power. Okay, so with the Queen of Swords, you have a vision. If you don't currently have the vision, don't worry, because the Ace of Swords is providing it to you in the near future. Whatever this vision is for you, you're meant to go forward with it. It is a very straightforward vision. Just like that, from A to B. And it's because it's so intuitive to you. You wake up and you're like, oh, I have to help people who are suffering. Okay, let's go for it. You don't have to think about it. Okay, so that's involved there. Now let's do one more pull. Spirit, any final words, any final messages for group 4 and the life path they're meant to take? Oh my. We have the Two of Pentacles, and on the bottom it says ambition. Perfect word to describe you guys, ambition. And the only thing, there's two things, and this is cool because every group kind of ended with a sort of like an advice. Okay, the only thing that is going to get in your way, aside from what we already discussed, is a lack of balance with the Two of Pentacles, because it's like this juggling act that you may feel, and your own inner darkness here with the Devil card. And this doesn't surprise me, because it is often the people who have the most light to share that are burdened with the most darkness. It makes sense because we're kind of, you know, angering the other side, and they're like, oh yeah, let me tear this person down. But don't be fooled, because you guys are meant to share that light. And you're so bright that it didn't even show up in the way that I thought it would, but it's very obvious to me. I feel it. You guys are burning bright, okay? So, stay in your light. And do not let the darkness take your light, no matter what, okay? Remember the affirmation. I always say it, my light is more powerful than your darkness. You're saying that to the actual thing that's approaching you. So we have the 3 cards here. We have the Cave. Oh my gosh, how perfect is that? The Warrior. And we have the Lover. What an interesting mix here, right? So, and I didn't really know what I was doing when I was choosing these. Like, it was just intuitively chosen, okay? So with the Cave, same message from before. You have a lot to discover about yourselves. There may be a tendency to hide in the darkness. It's not all bad in the darkness. It's just what you have to discover. It's what you have to bring to the light. Stay connected at the crown center. Stay connected to the divine, to God, to angels, to spirit, to the collective. Do not lose your way. The way, so basically stay connected and stay on the path. You can't lose your way. The only way that you can lose your way is if you forget that we're here. Like if you forget that spirit is there. So try to remember that and come back, okay? Take as much time as you need to really go like spelunking in the caves and to learn every inch of this cave of your own inner depths. You're gonna learn everything about yourself. And this is meant to give you immeasurable wisdom on this path of humanitarian purposes, okay? And as I said, you guys are the warriors, but you're also very artistic and very soft. That's why you had the combo of the Lover as well. But it's kind of the same energy from before that we got immediately with the Emperor card, okay? And this is not even to suggest that you are stubborn or, like really hard-headed, nothing like that. You guys are just really serious about your path. You're very serious about your growth. You don't let anything stop you. No matter how many freaking times the tower happens, no matter how many times you get pushed down or you fall down or whatever, you're warriors, simple as said, right? And then the Lover here. That softer side to you, it has so much beauty to it. So especially if you happen to be creative souls, please allow yourself to indulge in this as much as you want. I mean, obviously, if you have jobs, like that's kind of like, but we got to carve out time. You owe it to yourself to carve out time, even if it's like, I don't know, like a half an hour, like once a week at least. Please give yourself that ability, that courtesy. And this is needed too, because if you are a warrior and if you're just so, hard and serious all the time, or if the journey and the path in front of you is so not grave, but if it's just so serious all the time, you do need something to soften this up a bit. You do need the abstract. You do need the color. You do need the softness of life just in general to, to keep you in good spirits and to keep you in a good heart space. Make sure to express yourselves, you guys, as the Lover card here. Express your inner truths. You might want to write poetry or anything at all. Like art is an obvious one to me, but you might want to do something with writing, poetry, singing. Okay? Something like that. And that'll really, really make you shine. That'll feel good to you, cathartic and very therapeutic and good to you. Okay? All right. So, group 4. Beautiful, beautiful reading. And I really hope it helped. I hope it resonated. If it didn't resonate at all, as always, you can pick a different group just in case the messages are there for you somewhere else. So again, it's a general reading. Personal reading info is in the description as always. Thank you guys so much. Remember to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. And I'm sending you blessings. I hope to see you guys next time. And until then, take care of yourselves. I will see you then. Bye-bye.